All right, party people. How are y'all doing? We will give it a minute. We'll let everybody get in here. Kick it off a little early because Chris has his chat right after mine. And yes, I do have. I wanted to talk about the pistol brace and the rule or whatever they're going to try to pass and all this other shit. So we'll get into it. But we will give a quick rundown. We got Ranger 10, CZ Shadow 2, Maikai. Let's see here. Pistol Pete. Chris from the 740, Milkman. And we will go ahead and get going on it. And if y'all have any questions, because I've got a pretty light question or information here. So, whatever y'all want to say, or if y'all need any opinions or anything like that. But I did get some more whiskey. I got some Bibb and Tucker bourbon. And it's a small batch. It's actually pretty good. It's actually rated higher than Blanton's, and it's, I don't know, it's about 50, $56 a bottle, but got it in my little orange, it's really a cognac glass, but I don't give two shits. I'll drink it out of a paper cup. I don't care. What's up, Floridian and A-Dubs? How are y'all? Bradley. Yeah, sending money, sending money, sending money. That's how it is. Just wanted to let y'all know also, and I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know about it, but on the 4th of July, Lock Grips is having a huge sale. I don't know. This is it's not on my end. I guess it's having some buffering, but it must be something with StreamYard because I've got perfect internet, so I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, Lock Grips is having a huge 4th of July sale for one day only. I will have a special code. I will be announcing it on the 1st, but it is only for the one day. So it's going to be like, some free shipping and stuff like that over a certain amount. It's a pretty damn good discount code. So if you're needing lock grips, lock pistol stands, AR pistol stands, I've shown them in videos before. If y'all want to see them again, I've got a few of them right here that I've got bolted up, but here's my AR-10 stand. Now this is a custom one, so you can't get this one, but any grips for pistols, anything like that. And with every pistol stand that you buy, you can get the different, the little different add-ons. That's for a double stack 1911, but you can get these additional so you can put them on your pistol stands, and it'll hold a full-blown AR-10. My AR-10 weighs about 10 or 12 pounds. It's the real big boy. And it'll hold it perfectly, so you can put your optics on your pistols. I mean, it's like a third hand. It works really, really well. So if y'all are needing those, it will be an awesome sale. They only do them like twice a year. So yeah, every once in a while I see some buffering here, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Hey, what's up, Ray Cole? How are you, man? This bourbon is Bibb and Tucker. So, and I did post it in the Bibb and Tucker small batch, age 6 years, 92 proof. It's pretty good. I saw it and I was like, well, I bought like 3 or 4 bottles that day, and I looked at it and I was like, man, I'm buying enough. And then I was telling my wife about it, and she went up and got it and surprised me with it the next day. This is actually a great question. Hello, Dirt Track. How are you, Lee? Lee. Milkman says, how do you guys store your ammo? Leaving the box, ammo cans. I use a ton of ammo cans. I've got, the monster ones that are loaded. I don't know what the hell they're for. Like, you could probably put a missile in these damn things, but they're the huge ones. I've got smaller ones. For long-term storage, I really prefer the metal ones with the O-rings, and you always want to check your O-rings. You can actually add, if they're kind of looking a little crummy, you can actually put a little bit of Vaseline on them and rejuvenate the gasket. Just make sure they're sealed well. I also put Disca packs in mine, the little things like you get in shoes and vitamins. You can chunk them in there just to extra protect them. But I really, really like the plastic ones. If I'm just going to and from the range, I might use a metal one. Also, I store them. Y'all have probably seen the ammo bags that I have that I carry in my range bag. Also, I've got these. This is, I believe, made by G-Code, and you can put your patch on there. Of course, got Texas, but this will hold, I think it'll hold like 400 rounds of 9mm, and it's got the hard pack on the bottom. So I store them in all different kinds of things. Hello, Lynn Holt, Richard Jenkins. Yeah, I don't use really peanut butter containers. I use Gatorade bottles. A lot of these for 22. I've got tons of these, and this is the really small Gatorade bottle. You can put exactly 300, about 300 rounds of 22 in a small Gatorade bottle. Then you can stick it in your back pocket. And I used to take these hunting when I was, well, not young, because I didn't have these when I was young. But I've taken these squirrel hunting, stuff like that, just stick them in my back pocket. And you've always got ammo on you and it doesn't take up a lot of room. Plus, you can bury them if you want to. They are watertight. So I did it way back when. I did it, buried it in the yard for like 2 weeks with 300 rounds in it just to see if it would get wet. And I've got my sprinkler systems, dug it up. It's perfectly dry, and I shot it. It worked great. Yes, I do actually do exactly what Pistol Pete's. I've talked about that on videos and chats. Whatever your lot number is on your ammo, tear it off and keep it in with the bag. So if you ever have a recall or you ever have a squib or something gets screwed up, because trust me, I've had that happen before. I contacted, who was it? Yeah, it was on video. It was Blazer Brass, and gave them the lot number and everything, and they ended up replacing the ammo, and they sent me like, I think it was 150 rounds of Blazer Brass, 115. Mr. Clyde. Bald says, I use 100-round plastic ammo cases from Cabela's, keeps it neat and easy to count. Yeah, I have had some of the plastic ammo cases. When you go to pick them up, the handles will flex, and you can actually just watch the lid do that, and you would definitely get air seepage or moisture seepage. So just be aware, if you get it loaded too heavy with like 308 or something like that, you can have some flexes from those plastic cans. But I mean, they do work. I've got a bunch of those too. Mostly the plastic cans, like I've got one right here. This is kind of, if I want to go to the range real quick. In the plastic cans like these, mostly what I have in them is shotgun shells. This is a bunch of buckshot, and exactly what he just said. These are the lot numbers. This is Fiocchi buckshot, and there's the lot numbers for what's in here. So I do keep those in here, so I always know what they are. But that way I can just grab this thing if I'm going to go shoot shotguns, and I've got all my buckshot in there. And they are lighter than the metal ones. Revolver guy here, so we can start the chat now. Hey, what's up, Tactical Firearms? How are you, man? All right, so we will be having the big lock grip sale. I will announce the code probably on the 1st, so y'all can get ready. It's going to be 1 day only, and it's going to be a lot off. So if you need grips, pistol stands, anything you need, you can get the brass grips, G10 grips. They do have the new Palm Swell 1911 grips, so those are pretty badass. If you like a Palm Swell on a 1911, it's the first time it's ever been done. I will say this about me, though. These are great for the average hand. You can kind of see that they have a palm swell in them. However, for myself, even on 1911s, 45s, whatever, I actually have lock build up. They double the grip for me because of my hand size. So I tried these, and they were actually too small for my hand. So maybe we can do something and maybe hook some subscribers up if you're following me. Maybe we'll do something like that. So let me know if you would like to maybe have a set of these. So let me know in the comments. They would be brand new, and they would be coming with the bushing kits. So let me know if you would like to maybe have a set. Maybe we could figure something out. I did clean the TX22 competition and the SIG P322. They were filthy, so I scrubbed them really good and got all that crud out of there. And they're, you know, and I did let Threat Cadre, if y'all are familiar with Threat Cadre, you know, I run his comps on my staccatos and stuff like that. He has actually moved to the area. So I did go shooting with him and shot some of his staccatos. He's got some tricked out ones, and it was a really good time. So he runs a training course. He will be setting up classes in the area if y'all want to take it, you know, like carbine, pistol. You know, he runs a training company. So, and he's the real deal. So you can check his, you can go on his threatcadre.com and you can read all about him. So he was one of those guys. Oh, Captain Phil picked up a USP 45. Yeah, I like the USP 45. It's a great gun. I do prefer the FNX 45 just for the more capacity. However, the USP 45 is a great pistol. Matter of fact, I used to have one back in the day. Got tired of it, sold it. Have you had any experience with the SIG Romeo 8T? Debating between it and the EOTech XPS3. I've actually looked through the Romeo 8T. Texas Gun Experience, you know, that is my local gun store. They do actually carry the 8T and the 8 in stock. They have the FDE and the black. If you're local and looking for one, they do have them. I looked through it, and it looks really nice. It's a little on the heavy side, you know, kind of like the, I think it almost weighs, might be 1 ounce lighter than the Vortex Huey Gen 2, but looks like a really nice dot. You know, it just depends on if you want a holographic sight or a red dot. You know, there's a difference. So one of those are holographic, one of those is a red dot. So if you don't know the difference, holographic, if you look at it, it's going to be a little fuzzier if you stare at it, but of course, if you target focus, it'll clear up a little bit. And holographic do tend to use batteries a lot quicker than a regular red dot. So just something you might want to consider. You know, it's completely up to you. I mean, they're both great and they're going to run good. So whichever one you prefer. Ranger, I have a SIG P320 X10 coming tomorrow. Needless to say, I'm excited. Hey, congratulations, man. Yeah, I know that some people have had them and really like them. I think some people have had a little issues here and there with certain ammos, but, you know, I mean, as we all know, we're all the beta testers for SIG and many other companies, so it is what it is. Let's see. You looked at the offerings from Italian Firearms Group, now the only importer for Tanfoglio. Have some pretty nice looking pistols. Yeah, I mean, Tanfo has great pistols. They've got stock, or I don't think they do the stock 1 anymore, but they've got the stock 2, the stock 3. They even have some new limited ones. They've done some slide cuts and different variations of them. I mean, they're great pistols. I really do like my stock 2. So it's an awesome firearm. It's about the closest thing you can get to a Shadow 2. There are, and I've got videos comparing a Tanfo stock 2 to a Shadow 2. There's some really kind of sharp edges on the Tanfo where there's not on the Shadow 2. Doesn't really bother me, but it could bother some people. I don't like their hook trigger that Tanfo has, so mine has the Eric Graffel, the flatter trigger. It's got the full-blown trigger kit in it. They have great sights. I absolutely love the hard chrome. That's one of my favorite finishes. I wish Shadow 2 or CZ and stuff did hard chrome. I just love hard chrome. So that is probably my favorite finish. Load up on them. load up on them, or, you know, do what you want to do. I'm tired of all this bullshit. Yeah, their limiteds are nice. They are really nice pistols. Let's see here. Also, I want to ask this question because I actually was asked this question. I thought it was pretty funny. What's your favorite fast food chicken sandwich? Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, Kentucky Fried Chicken, whatever. Your favorite fast food chicken sandwich. Thought that was pretty funny. Uh, Chick-fil-A. My guy's saying Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. Chick-fil-A. Yes, Brandley, they are having a big 4th of July sale. A whole bunch of stuff is going to be on sale. You might check their website or get signed up on their email. Texas Gun Experience does mail out emails, but they are having a big 4th of July sale. I believe it might even start on Friday, I think. Don't quote me on that, but go in and sign up for their emails because I got one earlier and I was looking at it, but then I got busy. So, but yes, they are going to have one. Let's see, Wendy's Spicy, Zaxby's. I've never had the Zaxby's. Spicy Wendy's. All right. Here's what I want to get into because I've been asked this and I noticed y'all were talking about it at the first part of the chat and I had it written down here too. Okay, as we've all heard, the ATF will be dropping their pistol brace ban in December. Okay, they're supposed to drop it. They were already supposed to have done it, but they put it off. So now supposedly they're doing it in December. Okay. Clarence Thomas just went over this. Just went over it. If they go ahead and press this issue and try to put it into a law or whatever like that, then of course it's going to have to go to the Supreme Court or blah, blah, blah. And it should get struck down. But they're going to try to write it until they want to. Now, this is where I'm going to ask y'all again. Once again, are you going to fold or are you going to do what they want? I'm not going to beat you up either way, but where I'm coming from is it comes to a period of time where, you know, you got to do what you got to do. I'm tired of all this bullshit of we're going to do this and we're going to ban this and we're going to ban that and blah, 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 blah. Okay. And if you remember way back when, I've been telling everybody to load up on mags because I figured this shit was coming too. So that's going to be the next bullshit. You know, grandfather this, grandfather that. They're not going to grandfather the brace, but you just got to stand up for what you believe in or fold like a lawn chair. We heard it straight from the Supreme Court the other day. Thou shalt not infringe, period. They're going to try to pass bullshit. They're going to try to do what they want to do, but it is still not constitutional. So, think you know my feelings on this bullshit. So there you go. And that's exactly what I've said. You know, they're going to fuck around and everybody's going to put stocks on it and call it a day. Or pull them off and put a fucking pool noodle on it. So, and here's the thing about this. You know, you could literally pull them off, and y'all have probably seen those little things you put on crutches, those little stoppers that go on the end of a crutch. Well, guess what else it fits? So, fuck them. Tired of this shit. Chicken doesn't belong on a sandwich. It belongs in a bucket. You got to kick that bucket, Bald. You got to kick that bucket. Hello, KO4. How are you, man? All right, let me catch back up here. Pistol Pete. There you go. I think y'all know my my point of view. Okay, in competition, are you only allowed to holster your side? Allowed to holster? I don't know if you're meaning outside waistband at your 3 o'clock or whatever. Zaxby's has a couple of I mean, I've been to them before. When I had their chicken strips way back when, man, I got sick as a dog. But that was just this one particular place. I haven't been back since. They won't arrest criminals, but they will lock us up for a damn piece of plastic. Exactly. They can piss up a rope. I'm too old to give a shit. Lynn Holt has it right. Let's see here. Hey, Nelson, I can't read that. I guess you're from Brazil. As long as you're not cussing me out, welcome, sir. Ready for full auto Friday? Yeah, that's another thing. Texas Gun Experience has full auto Friday every Friday. If you want to shoot a bunch of full autos, they usually have about 4 or 5 out every Friday that they choose. You just buy the mag. I think it's $25 for a loaded mag, and there is no rental fee. And you go in and shoot all those one after another, or whatever you want to shoot multiple times. And there you go. You're just paying for the mag of ammo. So if they want to call it a, sir, I'm sure you meant SBR. Are we going to register it and pay a $200 tax stamp? Some might. I mean, if you really want to know what all of this is about, it's about money and it's about control. Anything that you register as an SBR, they have all of that on record, every bit of it, because it's NFA. So more shit you register, they got your address, your telephone number. They know where the hell you are all the time. Also, you can't take an SBR to another state with traveling or whatever unless you let the ATF know that you're going into that state with that SBR. It's all about freaking control and money. That's what all this bullshit's about. So that's what it's all about. Yeah, and I heard about all that bullshit they're trying to do to you guys. You know, they're basically making it harder and harder and harder for people to, you know, to have a gun. Especially and this is the really sad thing. The people can't, the people that can't afford a gun license and all these other things that some of these liberal states are requiring, basically it's making the poor people not be able to defend themselves. Everybody has that God-given right to defend themselves. I don't care if it's with a high point or with a freaking infinity, but they don't give two shits. If we're going to be rocking some, somebody must be ringing my doorbell. Hang on, let me catch back up. Yeah, if we're rocking pool noodles, it's got to be an orange pool noodle. And this thing is buffering. God dang it. It's got to be an orange one. You know that. Holster at 3 o'clock. Yeah. Let's see here. Hey, Big J, just picked up the 43 MOS for some summertime carry. The Staccato C2 is not the best for shorts. Laugh out loud. Yeah. I mean, I've carried mine all the time with shorts, but it just depends on where you're going and how you want to carry. Yeah, Canes, we have Canes here. They're really, really good, but their chicken sandwich is basically just 3 of their strips on Texas toast. And it's good. I'd hate to buy an AR pistol and then have to SBR it. You know, it's like I said, Clyde, it's whatever you feel you would like to do. Don't forget the thumbs up. Yes, sir. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, basically you could say my, pistol, my choice. Is that what we could start saying? Nelson is saying, I guess Bald is saying, Big Johnson, Guns and Gear, I am from Brazil. I will visit you someday. I really like the United States of America. Hey, man, awesome. Come on down and visit. I mean, you got to think about it this way also, too. Are they going to send people knocking at every door? Hell no, they're not going to. So, do what you want. When you're traveling, and here's another thing. If you're traveling, they're like, say, can I search your car? Fuck no, you can't search my car. Don't let them search your car. Also, did y'all hear about California supposedly accidentally releasing all the CCW carriers' information? They released their name, telephone number, address, everything. They released all of that to California accidentally. The DOJ was involved. I have a hard time believing that was done accidentally. I think it's a bunch of bullshit that they're pulling. But yeah, they released all their concealed carriers and stuff, all their information on the internet. So it's crazy. Do you have a dot on your home defense shotgun? Yes, I do. My Mossberg 590A1 does have a pick rail on it. It's got the ghost ring sights, all that. It's that tricked out version. And it does have a Holosun 507C on it. And I do run the EOTech, the circle reticle. And it is sighted in with buckshot. So, yes, I do run a dot on it. It's basically on the Holosun. They've got that little, some of the earlier Holosuns, they don't come with them now. They came with a little flat thing, and you bolted it to that, and then you actually screwed it onto the pick rail. It came with the plate. So I do have one of those on my shotgun. Yeah, that's a lot of people's information they threw out on the internet. I would be pissed. I would be completely pissed. And I guarantee you, and here's the way that I think about it. I think it was probably somebody inside that is, a gun grabbing liberal that probably works there. And they're like, you know what? I've got access to all of this and I'm going to throw it out there and leak it and just say, oh, it was an accident. That's what I think happened. I think it was an insider that dumped all that information out there. But that's some sad shit right there. Oh, Bald, are you going through and translating for him? If you are, man, that's awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the information about the staccato pistol. You're welcome, man. Big Johnson Guns and Gear, planning to buy Sons of Liberty AR 14.7 inch or 13.7. What's your option? Honestly, if you're going to get a 14.7, hell, a 16 is not much difference. What you could do is you could get a 13.7 and you could get the long. And if you have a suppressor, you'll want to make sure it is the long prong that will fit your particular suppressor. And you could have it pinned where it would equal 16 inches. They've got the long prongs. You can put it on a 13.7 and it will stretch it to a 16. So honestly, 13.7 is the easiest way to pin and weld it. 14.7, I mean, you can do it with a 14.7 too, but, or hang on, let me make sure is it a 13.7? Yeah, I think it's a 13.7. If you're going to get a 14.7, you might as well get a 16 inch. If you don't have a suppressor, They've got the 3-prong. I think it's a 3-prong, which is really good for flash suppression. Doesn't really help that much for noise, but it does help with flash. I could care less. They released my info. If you're that stupid to come to my house and break in, I have a treat for you. Yeah, I mean, I hear you there too, but I do value my privacy. I know other people do too. I don't need a bunch of weirdos, hanging around at my house. Or the anti-gun people will come pick at you. I don't need to deal with that shit either. Big Johnson Guns and Gear. In New York, pistol permit info is public knowledge. They did the same thing for Westchester County a few years ago. My county has option to keep your info private. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I really like a 12.5 personally. I think it's kind of the best of both worlds. You get a long dwell time. 11.5 is not bad either. I would not go on a 5.56. I would not, like I've said before, I would not go below a 10.5. But your perfect thing is about a 12.5. Doesn't really decrease the velocity all that much, especially compared to a 13.7. But I just like a 12.5 for a little more length. But it's personal preference. A-dubs is saying 14.7 with a pinned VG6 modified A2 will come out to a 16.3. Yeah, and then you got to think about it also. So you're going to have that, then you're going to add your suppressor depending on the length. So it's going to come out to 16.3, and then your suppressor is going to bolt onto that and then hang out even farther. So the shorter with suppressed, like 12.5 suppressed, is my personal preference, but whatever. And some people can't have suppressors in their area. So in order to get around having a 16-inch, that's where you'd get a 13.7 and pin it. What's this? Took my pistol brace to California for an abortion, so they are stocks now. Dick's Sporting Good gave me $4,000 to do it. The liberal culture is beyond help. Yeah. That's crazy. Let's see if I had anything else. Yeah, and I will be taking some classes with the Rec Cadre. So I'm going to be taking some pistol classes, some rifle/pistol classes, like transition classes. So I'm going to be doing some of that with him. We've already spoken about it. And that's one thing. I mean, I've done transitions on my own and I've done them at the range, but I want to become more proficient with that with somebody who really, really knows what they're doing. So pretty excited about that. Hello, Vanessa Kitty. How are you? Yeah, they removed, I think they only have shotguns and like some 22 and some shotgun ammo, maybe some deer rifle ammo in Texas, but they don't have any pistol ammo or pistols anymore. Dick's is Dick's. I mean, they are definitely Dick's. They folded like a lawn chair, just like Walmart did. I mean, at least you can get some 22 at Walmart. Yep. Yes. Yep. They're just folding. Anybody have any questions, comments, any other guns that are exciting to y'all as far as new shotguns coming out, pistols, rifles, PDWs? I've seen a lot like the CMMG 5.7. I've seen a lot of advertisements on that. I know some influencers got them and, they're hawking them and stuff like that. But what's y'all's opinion on a 5.7 PDW? Is that something that excites y'all? Thinking a number of lousy restrictions will fall in short order across country now. Yeah, I mean they're gonna try to push them, but I think now people are gonna start pushing back. Dick's had changed their name to Uchi. Yeah, they could. They should sell lawn chairs. Ammo is way too expensive for 5.7. Yeah, 5.7 is not cheap. I mean, it's definitely not you know, it's not, I mean, I have seen some that's reasonable, but still, and 5.7 honestly doesn't do much for me. I'm not saying it's a bad round, just doesn't do much for me. I had the FN 5.7 way back in the day, and that was when they only had FN ammo, and that shit was like $60 a box back then because they were only game in town. But I shot a bunch of it and stuff like that, and we shot it through a chunk of, it was a 7-Eleven that they tore down. We got a chunk of bulletproof glass, and we shot it multiple times and stuff like that. I mean, it was something to do and shoot, but I don't know. And they actually carry them. The security guards at a lot of the casinos in Oklahoma, they carry the 5.7 because you can get 20 rounds in it, but this doesn't do much for me. Mike Guy is saying kind of bored, just picking up mags and ammo, waiting for something else to release to get me excited. Yes, and I have been giving y'all hints and telling you that I had an issue with a gun. I'm still not going to tell you the brand. There has been, they found the problem, and they've addressed it. So I have information now, and I will be getting with y'all shortly on it. And I'm going to start from what happened to it, how it got worse, what they did, and here we go. So I'm going to be honest with you, tell you everything first to last. It could be a 20-minute video. I'm going to try to summarize it up, but I want to give you all the information. So when you see the title pop out there, you'll know which gun it was, and I will go through exactly what happened. So, and some of it's bad, but I'm going to be completely upfront, no holds barred. So just letting you know. Yeah, and I've shot a lot of, I've shot the, what is it? What is the name of that? FN. Oh, what the hell is that? The 5.7 FN, or not the FN, PSA or something, the real weird looking little PDW thing. I can't remember what the hell the name of that thing is. It's that goofy looking little PDW rifle. I've shot that thing, and it was okay. I mean, there's no recoil with it. So I guess if you're recoil sensitive, you could have some fun with it. Have you seen the 9mm lung video? Yeah, it'll blow your lung out. Man, he's an idiot. He doesn't realize, he was pushing the shotgun. If you wanted to do some devastation, and that's like, I've shown my shotguns before. I've got 2 shotguns that are set up for 3-gun. They've got +9 tubes in them. Each one of them will hold 15 rounds. So I could load 15 rounds of slugs, or I could load 15 rounds of buckshot. You're going to mess some people up with those things. And each one of them are 55 inches long from the top of the tube all the way to the bottom of the stock. So they're monsters. I had to get a special bag for each one of these. So I've got both of them in one bag, and they're some bad boys. And I put 15 slugs, so I can put 14 in it, and I can ghost load 1 because they're Mossbergs. So that's 15 rounds. And I mean, you could just go freaking crazy with that thing. So, and they're worried about an AR-15. Good God. They don't know shit about the 30-30s. They don't know shit about the 30-06. They don't know shit about the AR-10. I mean, they don't know shit about any of this. But they're worried about a 22 on steroids. I just don't get it. Don't get it. PS90. Lynn Holt, yes, PS90. That's what it is. I couldn't think of it. I was sitting there saying PSA for Palmetto State Armory, but it was a PS90. And I shot a fully auto one, and then I shot a regular PS90, where the mag snaps on the top. It was kind of weird, but it wasn't mine, or neither one of them were mine. Yeah, I mean, he is. He won't take any questions. I mean, the guy is lost. Check out the meme I put up today on him when he crashed his bike. I mean, Putin, Winnie the Pooh, they're all laughing at him. And yes, people can fall off a bike, but putting him on a bike and having him ride around for the press and everything, all that is like a freaking, it's like putting a bear on a bicycle in the circus. It's all for show to make it look like he can, still function properly. The guy's he's like worse than Weekend at Bernie's. And I'm showing my age, but uh, got any lock grips for a Beretta 92X Surtec? No, I don't, Captain Phil, but that's what I was talking about earlier. Lock Grips is going to be having a big sale on the 4th of July for one day only, and I'll have a special code that I will be releasing, and you're going to save a shitload of money on them. So don't buy them yet. Buy them on the 4th of July, and you will save a ton of money. Yes, in his cheat sheet, I mean, it's so blatant. They're not even hiding it. He's sitting there holding his cheat sheet, and people are taking pictures of it, and you can read everything he's saying. Or he's reading off the teleprompter, and he will actually even read pause. I mean, like when they'll say pause, he'll read pause. I mean, it's Ron Burgundy, if y'all have ever seen Anchorman. I mean, he's just, it's sad. I mean, his family should really be thrown in jail for elderly abuse because all they're doing is propping his ass up like a puppet. It's really sad. And they're saying he's going to run in 2024. Holy shit. Yes. Oh, I agree. KO4 hit it on the head. Australian Sky News is the best coverage of him. They laugh at him. Oh my God, it's funny to watch them talk about Joe, Joe or Brandon, I guess you could say. Yeah, they rip his ass. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We've turned into the laughing stock, and like the French president was sitting there telling Joe Biden that we're having a really bad fuel issue and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. Like Joe didn't even know. Like he's talking to a 4-year-old. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah. And if you're the president of the United States and you have a note card that somebody has pre printed for you, who is feeding you that information? Who? You can't speak on your own. You can't carry your own sentences. You can't speak from the heart or what you're seeing happening to your country. You can't. You have to have somebody print all that out. Who's running it? He's just the puppet. He's just the puppet. Oh yeah, she's a freaking nutbag too. But that's the really sad thing is, he's got the nuke codes. That's what's really crazy. Yeah, I said the same thing. Richard, I said the same thing. I was like, Jimmy Carter is like, yes, I'm not the worst president in the world now. Yeah, and I don't know if y'all saw the Hunter tapes that came out um, where Joe's calling him and saying, I think you're in the clear. Wow. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, a lot of people have said that. Obama, some people said Susan Rice, some people said both. Um, who knows? And I don't know if you listen, I'm not really a conspiracy person, but if you go back and listen, one of the speeches Obama gave, they said, "What would you like to do after you're out of your presidency?" And he said, "I would like to come back and run the country with someone up on the stage and me from behind the curtain." He actually said that in a speech. You can go pull it up. I'm not making this up. Is that what's happening now? Who knows? All right, we're going to show this. Anybody know what this is? Anybody know what that is? Let me know if you know. Really seems like George Soros is the president because his goal is to destroy the U.S. Yeah, he's definitely pumping all that money out there. That's for sure. It's a comp, but what brand? Somebody said Parker Mountain Machine. Brandley said that. And the winner is Bald. That is a Threat Cadre comp. There's the logo. If y'all know, this is a patch. I like patches. What do I hate? What is the thing that Big Johnson hates? You can give me a patch, but what's the thing you can't give me? If anybody knows, put it down there. Type it real quick. Hurry. First one. Stickers! Pistol Pete is the winner. I hate stickers. Anybody that wants stickers, and I'm not shitting you, I just took a bag of them to Texas Gun Experience. It was a bag about that big, about that tall, and about that wide, full of stickers. And I think I still have 2 more of them. Also, took up to Texas Gun Experience. I took a big bag of holsters and gave them to a bunch of my boys up there. So I took holsters. I also gave a subscriber some new lock or some lock grips for his Staccato 2 or Shadow 2. I'm sorry. Shadow 2. I gave him some lock grips, and I took a bunch of holsters up there and gave him a bunch of stickers and gave them all to Texas Gun Experience. A bunch of the guys up there. I basically walked around and I said, who has a gun to fit this holster? And they would raise their hand. I'd give them the holster. But I try to take care of those guys. I love Texas Gun Experience. They're really, really good people, and they always take good care of me. So I try to pass it forward. But yes, I just gave a subscriber some lock grips for his new Shadow 2. Sharing is caring. Did I ever go through the cowboy revolver phase? I have shot them. I've shot the 45 long Colt. I've shot I'm sorry, I don't know all the names, but it's kind of like a 45 long Colt, but it has that, it's got that weird, like little bird's eye head. Not really like a 45 long Colt, but it's kind of like a bird's head grip on a revolver. I've shot those. I've never owned them. Revolvers, I shot, I've got 3 revolvers. I shot them a lot way back in the day, and I think that they're cool. And I know people can shoot with them really fast. And I know people who carry them. There's a guy at Texas Gun Experience that carries his big belt. He's got his 45 long Colt. It's got the bullets all through his belt. It's really cool with the tie-up leg rig. Really nice piece of history. It's just not my gig. It's just not. I think they're cool to shoot, but just not my thing. But if you're into them, trust me, I don't hate on anybody. You like what you like. I will never tell anybody what to like, and I hate people who tell me what to like. I would love to come to Texas and do a live chat at the range. Would be epic. Yes, I've done a live chat at Texas Gun Experience before. I did one with Tristan. He's one of their marketing people. Did one with him at the range. People weren't shooting there. You could just see the range in the background. It was a lot of fun. We're probably going to do some more of that too. But hello, Guy Comet. How are you? Hello, Kyla. Yeah, can't touch a gun during a chat. YouTube will smack you down for being too free. You are correct. I think I've talked about it before. I did a live chat, I went live on YouTube at the range one day, and I had rifles, shotguns, pistols. I was showing everybody everything. I was picking them up and shooting them, had the camera in the holder, had the whole works, and that video was up. It was about a 45-minute video. I went through a shitload of ammo on all different kinds of shotguns, rifles, pistols, and I think it was like the next day, YouTube deleted that video. I tried to re-upload it because I still had it. Tried to re-upload it, and they deleted it again. So it was up for a whole, 48 hours maybe. So screw them, whatever. Yeah, and if y'all ever want, I'm up at Texas Gun Experience quite a bit. I've met subscribers up there. I've been standing up there, and people have been like, oh my God, you're Big Johnson. I've watched your videos. And I'm like, hey, cool, man. So I've met a lot of people that that watch my videos up there just walking around or going into the range to shoot or just looking around. And I've had a lot of people come up to me and shake my hand and talk to me. So don't ever feel, you know, like I'm a normal person just like everybody else is. I'm not a celebrity by any means. Please come say hi. I'd love to meet you, shake your hand. Um, you know, anybody who really knows me, they know I'm just a normal guy. I love to have a good time and talk to everybody. So please come and ask. uh, Branley Chairman, I remember meeting you there last year. Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, hell, if you see me again, come up there and holler at me, man. Come up, pat me on the back, shake my hand, or whatever. I'd love to. Thoughts on? Well, come on, light up, light up, light up. Here it is. Thoughts on the 30 Super Carry as an EDC caliber? If you are not invested in 9mm and you're looking for a new caliber, 30 Super Carry might be it for you. However, between 380 and 9mm, I don't feel there's any difference in velocity, recoil. The only thing, you can get 1 to 2 more rounds in a mag. So if your mag might hold 8, you can get 9, some 10. So if you're dealing with a small single stack, something like that, maybe that's going to be your jam. However, with 30 Super Carry, your ammo is going to be much more expensive compared to 9mm, and the effective penetration, if you've looked at tests and stuff like that, it's no difference. So I'm not going to invest in it. I haven't had the opportunity to shoot one yet. I think they've got one at Texas Gun Experience. So next time I'm in there, maybe I'll shoot it and see what I think, personally. But it just doesn't do anything for me. It's not fixing anything that's broken. I guess I could put it that way. Um, you know, I mean, shoot a 380 or shoot a 9mm. That's kind of how I look at it. Any weird interactions lately at convenience stores? No, I mean, I had a meth head giving me the stink eye the other day. Other than that, not really. I was at College Station. I just got back today, but I was at College Station, um, meeting with some customers, and saw a couple of pink hairs, blue hairs, stuff like that. I'm sure they're college kids, and I was wearing boots, jeans, the whole works, and they were kind of giving me some stink eye, but nothing where anybody's throwing Twinkies at me or any of that kind of shit, or at my truck. So, but yep, boutique caliber. There's a reason gun manufacturers not jumping all over it. It's a solution to a non-existing problem. I totally agree. And I know that there's some influencers out there. Matter of fact, I saw one today, um, that, I think he's got a pretty cool channel, really nice guy. And I have met him in person. Harry and I personally met him. Matter of fact, I've even got his cell phone number. I've just never called him. But he's got a video out. I think he put it out today talking about the 30 Super Carry, saying, oh, yeah, I can feel a difference in the recoil and stuff like that. Well, I watched him shoot both of them. I mean, on video, I couldn't see it. However, I know a lot of it is feel. I'm a feel shooter, just like a feel golfer. So maybe it has a little less recoil. I don't know. Like I said, I've never shot one, but I will let you know if I shoot one. But I just don't see a reason to invest in the price of the ammo. I think they probably, if they would have tried to invent that thing 2 years ago when the ammo wasn't difficult, or actually 3 years ago, maybe it'd have more of a splash. But I think right now they're just trying any influencer to try to, just push it and push it so they can sell some guns. And the main gun seller that's pushing it is Smith & Wesson. So, because they've got the Shield EZ in it, and I think they've got a Performance Shield EZ in it, and maybe they have another gun, but I know they have at least two. I just don't see a reason in it, though. Let's see here. Man, I don't know what this thing's doing. Okay, Pistol Pete is asking. I'm sorry, thought I was missing some things in the chat, but most accurate pistol in your hands you guys have ever shot. Wow. Most accurate pistol. I mean, I'm going to say this. I don't know if this really counts, but probably any of my 22 pistols, I shoot super accurate. Hell, at 10 and 15, 25 yards, I've shot some stupid groups with them, but there's really no recoil. So, I think a lot of people could do that. And also when I was younger, I did, those bullseye competitions. I used to do them in Denton County. Um, it was a bunch of old guys. I think I've told this story before. I was actually underage, but I was really tall for my age. So they all thought that I was like 14, but I was really like, or no, I'm sorry. They thought I was 15, but I was really 12. And my dad would take me out there to shoot those. And it was like a bullseye, where you do the one hand thing. And I was super accurate. I shot 45s. I shot 22s, but I haven't been a bullseye shooter in forever. That's not how I train. I've said that numerous times. I'm not trying to do holes in holes. I'm trying to open your ass up like a strainer. Um, that's what I'm about. Of course, a tight group, but I want you to bleed from every hole I can hit you with. Probably my most accurate pistol, if we're going strictly on accuracy right now, is my Masterpiece Arms. Just because it's got the extra weight, it's all steel. It's a heavier pistol. I mean, it's got a dot on it. It's probably my most accurate, I think, and I've got videos on it, but I think at 15 yards, I've shot, I don't know, I think it was like 10 or 12 rounds, and it was like, I don't know, it was bigger than a quarter. It's probably a silver dollar, something like that, at I think 10 yards. I've got a video on it so you can check it out. It's a very accurate pistol. I shoot it really well. It's got a 2.5 pound trigger. My staccatos I shoot really well too. But because of this one having more weight, my other ones are aluminum, this one's steel. So the steel adds weight and therefore makes it a little more accurate. So, and I'll be the first to admit, I do have a slight tremor as I've gotten older. So I'm not the most accurate person. Never claimed to be, but if I've got you in my sights, I'm going to mess you up. So that's what I'll say. How in the heck do you wear jeans and boots when it's 100 degrees outside? I'll be there in shorts and flip flops. Well, I'm working, man. Trust me, I'd wear shorts and flip flops too, but I'm working. So let me catch back up here. My staccato P, I'm great out 25 yards. Yeah, and my vision is not what it used to be. The dots definitely help, and I will. I mean, I'll never go back to irons. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I will never, ever, ever go back to irons. So no reason for me to. Yeah, and I mean, I shoot my Shadow 2 really well too. I will say that. However, if I'm between a Shadow 2 and a 2011 with a 2.5 pound trigger, but my Shadow 2 is tricked out. But even on single action, it is I think mine is a like 3.5 pound trigger, 3.75, something like that, 3.75 pound trigger. But there is nothing like, and I will just say this, I'm gonna say it till the day I'm in the ground. If you have not shot a super nice 1911, 2011 trigger where it's a straight pull, no hinge, that is the cleanest, nicest trigger you could ever shoot compared to any striker fire or any double action, single action, or any revolver. Now, a nice single action revolver is nice. A CZ TSO is nice. However, it's a hinge. So when you're pulling straight back on a flat blade 1911, 2011 trigger, you will be hooked. So I'm just telling you, I shot 1911s when I was a kid. And like I said, a lot of us make that circle. I've shot Glocks, I've shot all that shit, and I'm back to 2011s. So it's just me. SIG X5 is nice, but I will say this also. And I've shot the X5 gray gun. I've shot the X5, Legion without the gray gun, the stock one. I've shot the X5 with the Apex trigger. And those triggers make an X5 better than a stock X5. But I'll say this. I'm the guy. SIG triggers suck. If you're comparing them to other triggers, my staccato, or excuse me, my CZ P10C and P10F have better triggers than a fucking Legion. I'll say it. I'll be the one to say it. I'm not hating on your gun, but if you've shot better triggers, you cannot say that's a good trigger. It has so much, oh man, it just has so much slack. I mean, it's just so much take up. Also on the resets are long. But if you're going fast, it's fine. But if you're really trying to get super precision shots, nothing beats a 1911, 2011 trigger. It's just hard to beat it. But I'm not hating on anybody's gun. Please don't take it that way. But I'll be that guy, and I will wake a lot of people up because I've done it. My gun has a great trigger. I've been at the range with buddies. Check out this trigger. This trigger's so good. It'll be like an agency Glock trigger. I'll shoot it and I'm like, yeah, it's good for a Glock trigger, but I'm like, try this. And they're shooting. They're like, holy shit. I mean, my staccato, or excuse me, my Shadow 2 trigger blows a SIG trigger out of the water. Any SIG trigger. I don't give a shit what you do to it. You just can't make them have all that reset taken out of it. You can't make them have that little crunchy ass. Hell, I had 3,000 rounds on my I had 4,000 rounds on my P320. I had and that was with the Apex trigger, which made it better. I had a shitload of rounds on my X5. I mean, when it had the Apex trigger in it, but you just can't make those. You can only go so far with them, and then it goes to its limit. And hell, if you really want to get into it, when you get into like the 226, the SIG 226 SAO, shit, that's a nice trigger, but it's still a hinge. So just shoot like a really nice hinge trigger, like a TSO. I mean, hell, my TSO is 1.8 pounds. So it's a super light trigger, but because it's on a hinge, it just feels different when you pull it back, so you get some nice triggers and you're good to go. All right, it is 8:01. Yes, and I bet the DWX would have a nice trigger. And that's another thing. On a 1911, 2011, you can tune a trigger and make them even lighter. So if they come with a 4-pound trigger, you can actually tune it and make it a 1-pound trigger if you want. You can't do that with a Legion or any striker fires. So, yeah, and that's why even on my staccatos, I run the Atlas triggers. They're great triggers because you can tune them to what you want. So, all right, well, we will let Chris start his chat. I don't want to step on him, but I appreciate everyone. If y'all have any questions or comments after this chat, please leave them down below. Also, again, I will be having that lock discount code, so stay tuned. I'll put it out probably on the 1st, but it's only good for one day on the 4th of July. So it'll start like the 12 o'clock at night, on July 3rd, 12:01, where it goes into the 4th, and then it'll go for 24 hours. So you can order pistol stands, locks, or grips, whatever you want. So I appreciate y'all as always. Please be safe out there. Love one another. Give your wife, kids a hug. Tell people that you don't see very often that you love them, because you never know. And remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation. So we all got to carry on. Thanks, everyone. Y'all take care. If I don't talk to you, have a great 4th of July.